Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrea Silvestro. If you didn't know, this summer I've been traveling, so this is my first videos back. Feel free to let me know if you have any requests to send them my way. This is actually a request that I got from a super chat, so thank you for that. It was See You on Wednesday, Cakra Khan, Tennessee Whiskey, Chris Stapleton live session cover. And I saw that someone wanted me to react to this, and I decided why not. So we are here. I know nothing about these people. I just know this is a cover, and I'm excited to watch it. Feel free to check out my music, Andrea Silvestro. I have some things in the works right now, and I also have one track up, so go listen to it. And also support me on Patreon if you would like. But yeah, let's get on with this now.
Listen, never let your glass empty, ever.
Well, we know it's really live, guys.
I used to spend my nights out in a barroom. Liquor was the only love I know.
Dang, who are these people? Wow, that's some insane power. I love that. His voice is really solid. I love how this is a very stripped down cover with just bass and piano and this man that's actually slaying. I feel like his rasp with his voice is very tasteful and I really like it. And it also is kind of emoting so much power. So it's also putting me a little bit in an emotional place. Like I think that would happen right now, but we'll continue.
But when you rescue me from reaching for the bottom and drown me back from being too far gone.
Ooh, those little runs and everything. He's actually so on with those, and they're just like a nice way to end the phrase and end the ends of his sentences. I love a good little end run like that where it's kind of tasteful, not too chaotic, and it just adds to the cover. You know, like sometimes if you sing everything straight, not that it sounds boring, but just kind of sounds more plain. So it's just nice to add a little bit of flavor. Yeah, I really like his tone. I think if it was super clean, I feel like it wouldn't deliver the same amount of emotion. So I really love like the extra, like the raspiness that you hear. I think it adds a lot to this cover. We'll continue. I love it. It's so good because it's like you can hear like a little bit of that raspy tone when he's hitting these notes, and I feel like it adds a lot more dimension to his belting instead of it was just like clear and just right on. I think it's just adding more emotion because it kind of feels like a little bit more rough around the edges, but not in a bad way, just in a way that I feel like is more enticing to listen to. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's just my opinion, but I kind of love like when things sound like a little bit more, when things have more texture, and I feel like it adds a texture. So I like it. Because it could be like strawberry wine, just straight, but it's like the extra tone and texture in his voice just adds to it.
You're as warm as a glass of brandy.
Ooh.
Honey, I stay strong on your love all the time.
Killed it. Tasteful, but killed it. So good. I feel like I'm just in a good mood watching these people. They seem like they really are enjoying their cover and I love how it's live. I feel like people don't do that many live sessions anymore because it is a little stressful to do everything live, and if you mess up, you have to restart. So trust me, as someone who's done a lot of live videos, it can get stressful, but I have a lot of respect for the musicians in this moment. I think that was awesome. Okay, let's continue. Wah! Oh, sorry.
And I look for love in all the same old places.
The bro moment that's occurring is actually so funny.
For the bottom of a bottle, always dry. But when you pour out your heart, I didn't waste it. No, I won't. Yes.
I'm not even trying to take away from the moment, but it's just funny. You can tell how comfortable this group is with each other because they just keep on like clowning each other in the back of this. Also, there's live percussion, but we aren't seeing that, but interesting. It's just funny. Like, I guess like as someone who's been in the room with a lot of musicians, like once you have that connection, sometimes I feel like you can get a little bit sarcastic and humorous when you're filming a live video like this. So it's kind of funny how he's like super dialed in and like the rest of the band's just kind of joking around, but we'll continue.
'Cause there's nothing like your love to get me high.
Ooh, even the way he came down off that note, it was like, ew, let's hear it again.
Get me high. You're smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy.
Damn, that run is just so good.
You're as warm as a glass of brandy.
Yeah, because what's like so interesting about that run is how it's like a ha, and then you just run up at the end there too. It's kind of like a very physical movement. I feel like, especially with how he's singing it, you can tell it's like ha. It's kind of in his face, like he's emulating like emulating his voice with his facial expression. I think that's a prime example of how singing can have physical demands, and it can align with how you're presenting yourself, like in the sense of it might cause facial movements, and also your arms might kind of move to the notes that you're singing. And I feel like having that visual representation kind of helps you get there and helps your voice kind of follow your movement. So I feel like that's kind of a example of how it can be like physically demanding to sing as well, and how sometimes your physical behavior does align with your voice. But yeah, continuing.
How did I stay sold on your love all the time? Yeah.
What a little effortless run too. It just seems very effortless, and it also seems like he's able to control his tone, which you can tell because his voice doesn't sound static and the whole time. He's kind of like intentionally sometimes sounds like a little bit more raspy versus clean depending on where he's singing, and I feel like that just shows that he has great control over his voice, and his voice isn't controlling him, which I think is important to note, because I feel when you have like a really good tone, sometimes you aren't able to manage it very well, or you can't really fully control it. Sometimes things just happen and you're like, whoa, my voice just did that and I don't even know where that came from. But I feel like he's definitely, you can tell that he does have good control over his tone, over the level of rasp he wants to present and use in that section of the song. But yeah, continuing.
Let me introduce you, Raymond, Dizzy, yang megang kamera, Yaya, dan Made yang main gitar.
I like want to be in the studio with these people. It seems like such good vibes. Hey, it was like a little flutter run.
Tennessee whiskey, one more time. Yeah, you're smooth. It's Tennessee whiskey. It's Tennessee whiskey.
The classic like ending runs. You could definitely tell this is like a little bit more improvised, this section, but I think that's what makes it, you know, special. I like when things aren't fully planned out and you're kind of just choosing in the moment, like places you want to go with your voice, and, you know, little runs you want to add, and like, oh, that sounds good, that sounds cool. I think like experimenting is super important when you're a vocalist, because you don't always want to sound the exact same. Like that's kind of boring for everyone, like you and the audience. So I really like that little section at the end, and I love how we kind of end it really dramatically with like the classic runs. I love how even they're like recognizing it. It's a little bit dramatic, but it's power. Oh, okay. So then it goes into that. Interesting. Oh, yeah. And they had, I wanted to see like, okay, we're not trying to not pay the homage to the musicians. Cakra Khan, Aldin Raymond, Andrea Maid. Interesting. Oh, yeah. Okay, is it over? Where are these people from? Like, I need to get some background. I feel like this was just good vibes, great talent, great accompaniment. I liked the mixing, the mastering. I feel like it sounded really good, like very balanced. And I feel like his voice is just really good. He has great control. But I think like most importantly, what I think is sticking with me the most is it just seems like there's like a deep love for just music in this room. And I think it's very apparent. Like when you see them kind of having fun with the cover, and it's not shot in a super dramatic or very high quality way, in the sense of it doesn't feel very like contrived, because I think like the live session does add like a very honest and, you know, stripped down element, which I do appreciate. I just feel like I liked how it was produced, and I think it sounded really good. I feel like the camera work was very simple, but I think that it delivered its purpose of showing us the musicians, letting us kind of follow along with what was going on. And I just think it was like a very tastefully well done cover, because I feel like as someone who's done a lot of covers on this platform and has seen a lot of cover channels, I feel like sometimes once they start getting a little more produced, they always sound really good, but I feel like you kind of lose a little bit of the fun, you know, like a little bit. Like I think that it's great to have more well-produced songs and covers, but I think there's also a place for these live performances that are just very, you know, more stripped down and seem more fun for everyone involved, because it's not like we're doing the 50th take and we're trying to get this camera angle and all of that. I think that just adds like a nice touch of humility and also just genuineness that I appreciate. So that was just my long-winded thing. I think solid in every realm. I'm glad that I was able to watch this. Feel free to let me know what you guys think about this video and what else I should watch. And I will see you guys in the next video. Feel free to check out my music, Andrea Silvestro, and check out the Patreon if you want to support me, or super chat. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. And this city's never had something for me, as you know from all of my stories.